Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why no matter how many diets you try or workouts you commit to, that stubborn belly fat just literally won't go away? And you've even cut calories, maybe you skip meals, and yet the energy crashes, the mood swings, and the bloating, they just stick around. And here's the kicker. Most of the time, no one's talking about what you're drinking every morning and how it could be affecting you. Could it actually be the coffee? Now, before you close the video, hear me out. I'm not saying coffee's evil. I'm saying that what it's doing to your body, especially if you're a woman over 35, is very different than what you might have been told. And it might be the reason your metabolism is stuck, your sleep is off, and your hormones are spiraling. Let's start with the basics. What is caffeine really doing? Most people believe caffeine gives them energy, but physiologically, that's not true. Caffeine doesn't create energy. It simply masks fatigue. It does this by blocking a neurotransmitter in your brain called adenosine. Adenosine builds up through the day and helps your body recognize when it's time to rest. So when you drink coffee, you're blocking that signal. You don't actually feel more energetic. You just feel less tired. Isn't that crazy? But there's a cost to that. When your brain can't detect fatigue, it sends a signal to your adrenal glands to release cortisol and adrenaline. Now, these are your body's stress hormones. They're supposed to be reserved for fight or flight moments, not every morning when you're trying to wake up and make breakfast. When this becomes a daily habit, your body gets trapped in a chronic stress state. And a chronic stress state equals chronic cortisol. Now, cortisol isn't always bad. You need it in small, healthy amounts to regulate your metabolism and respond to your life. But when cortisol is elevated all the time, your body starts to store fat, especially in the belly. This isn't just anecdotal. It's been proven in study after study that cortisol is a major contributor to abdominal fat. One study from Yale University showed that women who had higher levels of perceived stress also had significantly more abdominal fat, regardless of their diet. And caffeine intake was directly correlated with that stress response. So when we talk about caffeine side effects in the body, we're not just talking about jitters or fast heart rate. We're talking about hormonal disruption, metabolic slowdown, and yes, weight gain. Coffee is making you fat. And if you're a woman over 40, this matters even more. Let me break down why at 35, many women begin entering perimenopause. You see, your estrogen and progesterone levels start to fluctuate. Your body becomes more sensitive to stress and less tolerant of poor sleep, and more reactive to blood sugar swings. When you drink coffee, you're basically hitting the gas on all these problems. You elevate cortisol, drop progesterone, you spike insulin, and you mess with the circadian rhythms. Now let's pause on that for just a second. Circadian rhythm. That's your body's internal clock. It tells you when to sleep and when to wake up, when to digest, and when to heal. It's also regulated by two primary signals, light and food, not caffeine. When you wake up and flood your system with coffee before food and before sunlight, you override your natural system. Your body doesn't learn how to wake up on its own. It waits for the artificial stimulant. Now imagine doing that for 10 or 20 or 30 years. What do you think happens to your body's ability to produce energy? You got it, it diminishes, and you get more tired, more dependent, and more frustrated, especially when the belly fat won't budge. So let's talk about that hormonal belly. People throw around that phrase a lot, right? But few actually explain what's going on. Hormonal belly isn't about eating too much. It's about cortisol and insulin, two hormones that are way more powerful than caffeine. When cortisol goes up, your blood sugar rises. Then insulin kicks in to pull that sugar out of your bloodstream, and then it stores it as fat. And guess where your body stores it? Right around the midsection. That's because belly fat has more cortisol receptors than any other area in your body. It's literally designed to expand under stress. So if you're asking, can caffeine really cause belly fat or weight gain? The answer is absolutely yes, because of the hormonal chain reaction that it sets off. Now, here's where it gets even more important. When you drink coffee consistently, you're not just spiking stress hormones, you're also affecting your reproductive hormones like estrogen and progesterone. And if those get out of balance, you're gonna feel it. Mood swings, anxiety, and of course, weight that just doesn't come off. Listen, most doctors don't even talk about this. They'll say coffee's fine in moderation, but they never define moderation. And they definitely don't ask about your energy, your sleep, or your hormones, or your weight when you're evaluating your health. That's where the system is broken, because they're treating symptoms, not root causes. Now here's another lie we should address. Coffee helps you lose weight. And this is one of the most harmful myths out there. Yes, caffeine can slightly increase thermogenesis, your body's calorie burning rate for a short time. But that's not the full story, don't buy that. Studies show that caffeine also increases cortisol and insulin, both of which promote fat storage. It also disrupts your sleep, which lowers leptin, the hormone that tells you when you're full, and increases ghrelin, the hormone that tells you when to eat. That's why you crave carbs and sugar when you're tired. And coffee contributes to all of that. So the question becomes, what's really going on when we drink coffee every day? You see, we wake up feeling tired, we reach for the coffee, we get temporary high, then we crash, then we crave sugar, then we drink more coffee to fix the crash. And we go ahead and put sugar inside our coffee, right? And around we go. That's not energy, that's addiction. And here's the kicker. Most people don't like the taste of coffee. Think about it. Your first sip probably tasted bitter, maybe even awful, but you added cream, sugar, pumps of flavor, and over time, you trained your taste buds, you trained yourself to tolerate it. Not because of the flavor, but because of the hit, the dopamine, the ritual. It became emotional, but emotional attachment doesn't equal health. And just because something is a ritual doesn't mean it's right for your body. I've worked with thousands of women over the years, many of whom were struggling with chronic fatigue, hormonal weight gain, and anxiety. One of the most powerful changes we made wasn't adding more supplements. It wasn't adding a complicated diet plan. It was eliminating coffee. Within, I'd say, 2 or 4 weeks, their energy came back, their sleep improved, mood stabilized, and yes, belly fat started to drop. Because once you stop flooding your body with stress signals, your body starts to heal. Your hormones begin to balance. Your metabolism gets stronger. You stop chasing fake energy and start producing real energy naturally. That's the transformation I want for you. Not another diet, not another stimulant. Let's just get real energy from the real place in alignment with your body. So let's bring this full circle. Coffee may seem harmless, but the science tells a different story. It disrupts your circadian rhythm. It elevates cortisol. It throws off your hormone levels, and it can directly contribute to belly fat. And it doesn't help you lose weight. It actually makes it harder. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you the truth that most aren't going to tell you. The ugly truth about coffee's effects truly on your body. Because once you know, you get to decide. You can stay in the loop of temporary highs and inevitable crashes, or you can break the cycle. You can reset your body's rhythm. You can rebuild your natural energy, and you can finally start to feel like yourself again. You know, if you want to learn exactly how to quit coffee or how quitting coffee helps you drop hormonal belly fat and what to do instead, click the link right here and we'll watch that episode number 2, okay? We'll talk about the 2 hormones that control your weight more than anything else and how you can take control of them naturally. I'm Dr. Cody Goldman. Keep moving forward. I'm here to help.